Hi, I'm Diane Dayton, backstage at Berks, catching up with artists scheduled at the 34th annual Boscov's Berks Jazz Fest. Find out about their shows and what's going on in their lives. And if you like this cast, please share it. Thanks for joining me. I'm catching up right now with Gerald Albright, Grammy-nominated Gerald Albright. How are you?
Hi, Diane. How are you?
I'm doing well. How many, is it 9 times you've been nominated for
Nine
Grammys?
times. Yes.
Wow, that's just amazing. So we are going to see you when you come back to Berks, and this is going to be a lot of fun because you weren't there last year, correct?
I was not there last year. It has been a while. It seems like forever because I usually do it every year.
I know.
But it's good that we're coming back and looking forward to it. You know, it's one of the better festivals that I've done in my career. So
Yeah. And
really,
speaking of career, wasn't your first solo career launch in something like 1987?
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. My first record was released in 1987 on Atlantic Records, and we're 23 records in, almost 24.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. The smooth jazz was just kind of getting started and getting its groove in too. And so you've seen a lot happen over that period of time.
I have. And it's been a fun ride from being a R&B instrumentalist to a contemporary jazz artist to I don't call myself a smooth jazz artist, but my music adapts to it, and that's fortunate. And but you know, I came along way before smooth jazz, so
Yeah. Oh
I'm
yeah.
I'm one of the OGs.
Yes, there you go. There you go. And I know the album Full Throttle is doing really well for you, isn't it?
It is. It is. The first single, which is the title track, Full Throttle, was on Billboard 3 weeks, #1, and we've been touring on that. And the current single, G Funk, which is featuring my dear friend Trombone Shorty on trombone, and so yeah, it's been a wonderful ride on this current project, and we're working on new music as well.
Oh, so there's the teaser. New music. You're working on new music. So
Yeah.
when you come to Berks, it's going to be that first Sunday, April 6th. It's the brunch show at the Grand Ballroom, and that's at the DoubleTree downtown in Reading. Noon show, 10:30, the doors open. What are we going to get with that show, Gerald?
Well, full throttle.
Of
You know,
course.
Diane, we always give 200%, and
Yes.
we always like to get the audience involved in what we're doing. We don't have one of those shows where you just kind of sit down and listen. We like that
Hmm.
interactive overtone to our show. So it's going to be more of that. We hope to turn it into a big party.
Yep.
Um, my band, I'm very proud of a lot of talent there. So we're going to be featuring a lot of their solos and things during the course of the um, the program, and it's going to be a lot of surprises. You know, we want the people to just have an exhale for a moment from everything else that's been happening,
Mhm.
and be able to groove with us and just be at one with us.
Yeah,
That's what
that
we're looking for.
sounds, yeah, that sounds so perfect. It really does. And I know at one time you and I had talked about how you go about naming, I think, your albums or songs because you would put them in the car and go for a drive. Do you still do
I
that?
still do that. I still do that. That's kind of like my private time, my me time,
Hmm.
And so I just listen to the music, song after song, as I'm driving, and usually good ideas for titles and album titles come to me, and that's where I've had the most success, driving around listening to it.
That sounds like so much fun to me. That really
Yeah.
does. And that, yeah, I love it. But you also have your picture all over the place right now. I think you are on the cover of a magazine, aren't you?
Yes, we're very excited about it. As soon as the year launched in January, I was the uh, cover guy
Yes.
for Life, Lyfe
Mhm.
magazine, and it's owned and distributed by my dear friend Gerald Anderson. And he not only featured me, but he featured the entire family. The whole magazine is about us collectively as a family and each individual what they're doing, both vocationally and otherwise, on a daily basis. So we're really excited and very proud that Gerald decided to feature our entire family.
The picture looked good, by the way.
Thank you very much.
It's good. Where do we find that, or how do we get a hold of that or view it?
I'm going to also put something on my website, where you can follow and actually purchase it both digitally and, actual hard copies as well.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, Serena's been in London now for a while, hasn't she?
Yes, almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's she doing?
She's doing great. She's actually touring a lot of the countries there in Europe, and she's working on new music. Of course, first and foremost, she's being a mom.
Yeah.
She has a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, wonderful grandchildren,
Yes.
Gavin and Ella. And we missed them. We haven't seen them for quite a while, but we do a
Mm.
lot of FaceTiming,
Yep.
and hopefully we'll get a chance to go across the water and touch our grandkids,
Yes.
in
And maybe
real
tie it
time.
in, maybe tie
Yeah.
it in with the tour or something. What do you think,
Yeah,
Gerald?
yeah.
That would be great.
Or even if we don't tie it in with the tour, just do a special trip over there.
Yeah.
We got to see the grandkids, and
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
I miss
Absolutely.
my daughter as well. So,
Good.
uh,
I'm glad.
so it's been a while. It's time.
Okay.
Yeah,
And what about Brandon? How's Brandon doing?
Brandon is fantastic. Brandon is a cinematographer, videographer, also a pro golf instructor. So,
Okay.
he's been very, very busy. He has his eye on the prize. He's doing very well with his businesses.
Oh,
He has a
good.
cell phone business called Snow Desert Productions,
Hmm.
and he's making some big steps with his business. And he's a perfectionist, as I am about the music. He is about
Right.
film and still shots.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of my B rolls, and he shot a couple of my album covers and a lot of my promotional stuff. So
Okay.
it's a family affair, and I just love to see him grow. I love his
Hmm.
wings spreading.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. There's great connectivity there. And how about Glennis? She's up to some things too, isn't she? With
Oh, I can't keep up with her. She's the ever ready bunny. She's doing everything. My job is to uh, tell her to slow down so she can breathe. If I
Yeah.
didn't, she'd be 24/7.
Yeah.
But of course, she has Glennis's products, her
Hmm.
business, a culinary business, and she has a wonderful waffle mix, coating mix, gluten-free waffle mix, um, biscuit mix. She's got a whole lot of products out there that you can go to glenniskitchen.com and purchase. And she's got some big things coming this year as well.
Good.
On the culinary side and just in terms of augmenting her brand. She's got some
Okay.
huge ideas and some great efforts coming.
That sounds good. So the new music that you're working on that we were teasing about earlier, when are we going to get to hear some of that? What's in your mind as far as release and deadlines and
Well, we are early on with the project. It probably will be released either the end of this year or the top of 2026.
okay.
I believe we still have a lot of life out of the existing Full Throttle project.
Mhm.
We'll probably release a third single on that, and that'll carry us through pretty much the balance of the year. Then we'll start fresh with the new project. But we're early on, and we're taking our time with it because we want everything to be right.
Yeah. Well, we are really happy you're coming back to Berks Jazz Fest because it's like a family affair there, isn't it, Gerald?
It really is. It's, again, as I mentioned earlier, Diane, it's one of my favorite festivals. I've been doing this festival for over 20 years. John Ernesto is one of the finest people on the planet. I love working with him. He's a dear friend.
Mhm.
We have a lot of history together, and it's always a comfort zone when you come to the East Coast and come to Reading and see familiar faces that you love, you trust, you enjoy being around, and it's a wonderful thing. And also to say about the crowd that comes to
Mhm.
Berks, it's just a very genuine, very supportive crowd. They've always been in my corner, and I've consistently been appreciative over the 2+ decades that I've been with them.
Yeah. Well, we can't wait. It's going to be that first Sunday again, and it is April 6th. It's the brunch. Doors open at 10:30. Get your food. And then noon is when this exciting, energized show is going to start. It's in the Grand Ballroom downtown, Reading at the DoubleTree by Hilton. Thank you so much for taking time today, Gerald. It was great to catch up and really can't wait to see and hear you in person.
We're excited. It's great to see you too, Diane, and look forward to seeing you in person in a few
Perfect.
weeks.
Yes, 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 just in a few.
10 exciting days of concerts, jams, and more. Tickets are on sale now. For the latest artist, venue, and scheduling info, and for tickets, visit BerksJazzFest.com.